Hey guys, so Brawlhalloween just released yesterday and I just wanted to give a quick tier list and give you guys a bit of a review on my opinion of all the different skins. In my tier list, we have 4 tiers. We have S tier, A tier, B tier, and C tier. You can see on screen what they kind of level out to. And the factors that I'm using for my opinion are the skin itself, the weapon skins that come along with it, and how the original legend skin looks with different colors. So I'm going to be starting this with skel-asuri. This is honestly a god tier skin. It's used by a bunch of pros and it looks really sick. I like the skull on the sword, and the fire in the eyes and the middle of the soul looks so cool. So this is an S tier skin. It also looks great in most of the colors, and the black looks amazing as well as the other colors look really cool. So this is definitely an S tier skin for me. Next up, we have Immortal Caspian. Now I really like this skin, and that is biased because I actually bought it last year, but the jewels look really cool. These katars look amazing in game. And my favorite color for this is Home Team. I don't think I use any other color really, but honestly he looks decent in quite a few others. It is a bit of a detailed skin, so some of the colors it gets a little bit lost in that, but black looks amazing, Christmas, all that looks really cool, and Home Team looks amazing. So this for me is an A tier skin. Next up, we have Corpse Bride Mirage. Now honestly, I think this is a really cool concept with the whole actual skeleton thing, but to me the skin itself looks a bit plain. The scythe is alright, but I'm not a big fan of the scythe or spear mainly. Not a huge fan. They're alright, but I'm not a huge fan. And the colors really don't look amazing on it. Some of the later colors, they're okay, but seeing the black, it just gets lost in a lot of the detail, and it's a bit sort of clunky with some of these colors. So to me, this is a B tier skin. Next up, we have Petra Reanimated. Now this is one of the cooler looking Petra skins in my own opinion. I really like the heart sort of orb concept, and the gauntlets are pretty cool with the shurikens like in them. And in terms of colors, it looks alright in some, you know, black and white obviously being the main ones that most skins look good. In some of them it does look a bit kind of ugly, but in the base one it's alright. If it looks cooler in some of the other colors, I might have put this higher, but for me this is an A tier skin. Next we have Dusk Till Dawn. Now this is a really cool name for the skin, and the weapon skins are honestly pretty good. But for some reason my brain just doesn't like it. I don't know whether it's the grin with the goatee or something about it. Honestly, in most colors it does not look that good. It kind of looks, I mean, a bit devilish is probably a good thing. The black's alright, but most of the other colors it really doesn't look good. Coat of Lines is alright. Most of the colors, like, it does not like that's atrocious. And so I do think Dusk has some cooler skins. This is completely my opinion, but I think this is a B tier skin. Moving on, we have Ray of the Dead. Now this is instantly an A tier skin. This is the first Rayman skin since his release, so I have to put it high no matter what I think. Honestly, the meaty sort of bony skulls, gauntlets are really cool. I'm not a huge fan of these, but I do think they're pretty decent. I honestly love the Mexican hat though with the grin. This is like such a vibe, and it looks decent on some colors. Unfortunately a lot of it is kind of lost, but it looks decent. Black looks cool, Haunting looks cool. Honestly, a bunch of these look pretty decent, so this is an A tier skin for me. Next up we have Horseman Lucian. Now this is one of the coolest skins from early in the game release, and it still looks super cool. I really like the whole like pumpkin head vibe that we have going on, and the hat looks really good as well. And I also really like the little faces on the katars and blasters. They give it that sort of cheeky like pumpkin patch sort of Halloween grin. And in terms of colors, honestly most of them it looks great because it's got the orange still as the pumpkin head. Black looks really dope with the red head, and most of them he has like a decent color scheme for it. So honestly this is an S tier skin for me. Next up we have Werewolf Thatch. Now this to me honestly just looks like budget Mordex. The sword is alright, but it's pretty basic for a sword, and for some reason I don't like the guns. Maybe it's the color scheme, but I'm not a big fan of them. And in different colors it really doesn't save itself. It still looks pretty bad. So honestly this is a C tier skin for me. Moving on, we have Bewitching Scarlet. Now I honestly really like the style of the skin. It's a little bit sweaty, but it's also still cool, and I like how they've kind of made a face on the hat with the little glasses up the top and it pinching in. That looks really cool. And the skins for the weapons are actually really on theme. We've got a cauldron, we also have the witch's broom. So I definitely really like this skin, and on most colors it looks pretty cool. So towards the end colors, black looks amazing, and a bunch of these colors look really cool as well. Esports looks crazy, so this is an S tier skin for me. I think it's nice because it's a perfect balance between just looking good and also a little bit sweaty if you're good at the game. Next up, we have Werebat Ragnil. Now this is definitely a cool looking skin. It's definitely on theme, and I actually really like the katars. They're like little bat wings. They're really cool. The axe is alright, but the skin itself looks pretty dope. I like that they've given him a little tail and a nice little touches, like the little skull on his belt looks really cool. In most colors, it keeps its coolness, and honestly, I really like this skin, so this is an A tier skin for me. Next up, we have the Monster Nash. Now, honestly, the weapon skins, they're alright. You know, we've got a head and a hammer, which is kind of cool. And we've got like the little hand on the sword. It's creative, that is for sure. But the skin itself, to me, is just stupidly ugly. Nash has some pretty cool skins and other ones that I really like. But this skin itself, I honestly just hate. I know that the whole point is to make him look like kind of undead and ugly as the whole point of being a zombie. But still, I really don't like it. RIP, literally. This is a C tier skin for me. Next up, we have the new Artemis skin, Demon Rider Artemis. Now, the weapon skins for me are a little bit bland. They're a little bit, you know, general, nothing too crazy. Then for the skin itself, it's not a typically bad skin. But honestly, Artemis already has a lot of really cool skins, and this just doesn't compare for me. The teeth are alright, they're an okay with like the skull teeth, but the rest of the outfit just kind of looks daggy. And the colors are okay, they're nothing too crazy. I still think the outfit just doesn't match the vibe. Maybe if they made it more like skeleton. I know they've got the spikes on the belt and the shoulders, but if they made it a bit more spiky and a bit more like, you know, bit more like Ghost Rider from Marvel, it might have copped a bit of a higher rating for me. Some of these okay, but honestly, overall, I really don't like this skin considering Artemis has a bunch of cooler skins. So this is a B tier skin for me. Next up, we have Pumpkin Spice Yumiko. Now for the weapon skins, the rip on the hammer is pretty creative, I think it's nice, and also the bow is pretty cool with the sort of coffins and the skulls on them. I honestly really like the weapons here. The skin itself, this really isn't my taste in skins. It's a bit too like childish and like chibi for me, but I can definitely see why other people would love this skin. Each to their own. And as for colors, it looks alright. I mean, most of the outfit is sort of one color, so it doesn't look terrible. But honestly, it's just kind of mid for me. And so for this reason, I will be giving this a B. And last but not least, we have Demonkin Diana. Now the blasters are pretty cool. I think they're a nice design, and the wings on the bow are pretty cool, and it matches the outfit really well. Honestly, I think this is a really cool base skin. Unfortunately though, when we switch over to colors, it doesn't really look good in many colors. Gray's alright, pink's alright, you know, black, it kind of loses a bit too much detail for me. Most of the faces, like, you know, kind of loses that detail and the difference between the skin and her clothing. But Halloween is alright. This one looks really good. And overall, I think this is a great skin. If it looked good in a bit more colors, I probably would have put it as S, but unfortunately, I will be putting it as A. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the Brawlhalloween event. I don't know if I'll be copying any more skins, as I do already own the Caspian. I may consider getting one of the S tier skins that I marked. But overall, I hope you guys enjoyed the event, and I'll catch you guys very soon. See ya!